This is the brief on Operation Epic Fury. It's April 2026, and the US and its allies are locked in a massive military blockade in the Strait of Hormuz to neutralize Iranian forces and establish maritime dominance. First, let's look at the tactical reality on the water. That Turkish-mediated ceasefire turned out to be a paper shield, evaporating the second Iran's elite IRGC speedboats attacked the USS Mason. So now, the strait is entirely locked down. British ships like the HMS Dragon are escorting tankers, while the U.S. actively hammers coastal radar sites. And you know, this intense external pressure is exactly what's driving our next point. Second, the massive internal chaos inside Iran. Their leadership is completely fracturing. Ali Khamenei is basically a figurehead now, leaving a war council of surviving IRGC commanders in tactical control. Meanwhile, a civilian resistance group called Green Spark is actually sabotaging drone facilities from the inside. This brings up a huge psychological risk called mirror imaging. We gotta ask, are we assuming these cornered commanders will act rationally, or are they gonna launch desperate provocative attacks just to keep their heads? Well, because things are so incredibly volatile, the narrative has become a total free-for-all. Finally, the global information war. Iranian state media is literally telling citizens they've sunk 3 U.S. carriers, while Donald Trump is posting memes on Truth Social claiming he could clear the blockade in 2 hours with one phone call. Think of this narrative gap as a flashlight. By measuring the distance between the actual truth and the lies leaders need their people to believe, we can predict their next desperate move. Ultimately, while our military strictly controls the waters, the real unpredictable battlegrounds are Iran's internal power struggles and this wild global propaganda war. This is the brief on the NFL offseason's shifting power dynamics. We're looking at a recent analysis of how players and front offices are battling for leverage right now. It's corporate chess, or as the source brilliantly puts it, a real-life game of succession with hamstrings. First, Aaron Rodgers is using indecision as leverage. He's got the Steelers waiting weeks for an answer, forcing Pittsburgh to issue a rare, unrestricted free agent tender to protect a compensatory pick. They also drafted QB Drew Aller in the 3rd round as a backup plan. But is Aller a real threat, or just the team tentatively moving a toothbrush into the guest bathroom while Rodgers holds the keys? Either way, the June 2nd to 4th mandatory minicamp is gonna force a legal showdown. Second, we move from a player holding a team hostage to a team aggressively taking the power back. The Cowboys slapped a $27.3 million franchise tag on George Pickens. Dallas refuses to trade him and will not negotiate in 2026. This isn't a healthy relationship. It's basically a hostage exchange with cleats, where Dallas buys total control and everyone pretends the resentment is just culture building. Finally, let's pivot to the danger of passive delay. Tampa Bay GM Jason Licht claims Baker Mayfield is the center of their plans, but they're dragging their feet on signing a contract. So why do teams think waiting makes quarterbacks cheaper? Delaying just gives Mayfield's agent time to sharpen the knife and look at the market. Ultimately, leverage belongs to whoever can make the other side wait without looking panicked. When everyone in the NFL says communication is great, that is exactly when you should start checking who changed the locks.